Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Listen, I thought of a great idea, at least to myself, and it's this. What if I made a really short video that summarizes something that took a long time to do? And here's an example, and I'm going to get to my screen. Let me just minimize myself, and let me show you this. The OSTP, this is basically the technology department of the White House. They issued a report, and it's called, some fancy number for it, Executive Order. So it's a report from an executive order in March, and it's order number 14067. And here it is. It's called The Climate and Energy Implications of Crypto Assets in the United States, just published like 2 days ago. And it's a 46-page report. I'm going to summarize this report to you within 3 minutes. So here goes. And if it goes over 3 minutes, give me a break because it's the first time I'm doing this. All right. The gist of the report was to figure out what's going on with crypto. It's the first report coming out from the executive order. So they did a whole bunch of research. I mean, I could show you the table of contents. I'm not going to read anything to you. It's basically they showed you what the motivation is, like why they're doing it, the electricity usage. Basically, this report was focused and obsessed with electricity usage and what effect it could be on the environment. Because as you know, the Biden administration is really, really into ESG. Speaking of ESG, let's just focus on this. They showed many charts, but this is the number one chart I'm going to focus on. They showed you how much electricity is being used by Bitcoin mining. This is a proof of work mining. And it's comparing Bitcoin to, oddly, the country of Australia, but you don't see too many other countries there. They show you Argentina. I'm not sure why. They just focused on those two countries. Perhaps those two countries have similar kilowatt usage of electricity. I don't know. But they also showed refrigerators, and they didn't show you the United States. I think you might know why. And if you don't know, I'll tell you. The United States is a global hog of everything, whether it's aluminum in terms of metals, whether it's electricity, whether it's energy, whether it's the number of cars bought, the size of car. Everyone talks about always, like when you eat dinner in France, they put this little amount of food on your plate, but they give you a big plate. Here it's opposite. They give you a normal sized plate, but the food amount is like 10 times what they give you anywhere in the world. So that's why they don't show you the amount of energy used in the United States. It would just be too domineering for this chart. So what they did is they broke it out and they separated it. You could see in terms of the United States, they showed you global data centers. A lot of that's US. They showed you US home refrigerators. That's here. I'll put my pointer on it. US data centers. Oh, there it is. So they had one bar chart just for the US. Home lighting, and remember, lighting does not use a lot of energy, and still it's pretty big. Home televisions, again, these flat panel TVs do not use a lot of energy. Same thing with US home computers on the bottom, but you could see in aggregate, the United States is a hog. It's a pig when it comes to using energy. Now let's go to Bitcoin. Global Bitcoin is pretty big, so that's a concern of the Biden administration. You can see this chart here, it varies because of many reasons, not just electricity prices, but the price of Bitcoin itself will affect how much electricity is used because the hash rate will go up and the difficulty rate. These are all reflexive of each other. So that's one thing I wanted to talk to you about. The last thing I want to talk to you about is that Bitcoin, the consumption of Bitcoin in terms of energy is highly correlated, and maybe 80% of that consumption is due to electricity. And Cambridge does a good work on that, and you can see their website here. For example, they're showing that Bitcoin uses that's my daughter there. Bitcoin uses about 80% of the total. Yes? Oh, you put on your slipper. Okay, she put on a slipper. Good job. Okay, I'm doing a presentation here, so let me get back to it. Thank you. So you can see that Bitcoin is a cog, but not as much, doesn't use much energy as gold mining. And here they're comparing Bitcoin to other energies and other industries, I should say. And so it's using 95 kilowatts, but chemicals, iron, and steel, and the AC industry uses far much more energy. And then it shows you by country. And then there's a country rating. And before, China used up more electricity than the United States, but China banned, or supposedly banned, proof of work mining. But we're seeing some of that now. We're seeing shadow mining in China. And so here's the takeaways. Number one, the biggest takeaway is that the Biden administration is not banning cryptocurrency or mining. The second thing is they do see that its high energy usage is a big risk to this country and the world. So they want to do an executive order, or they want Congress to figure out what to do about this. But one thing they're doing is they're looking at innovation in Bitcoin mining, that there are ways of moving towards renewable energy, and there's other ways of lowering the consumption of electricity. Because remember, it's in the interest of Bitcoin miners to lower the energy consumption anyway, because if they do that, they'll become more profitable. So that's all I want to say, because I was trying to keep this to below 3 minutes. And I don't think I made it. But what I did, I think, pass along to you is that you don't need to read a 46-page report. What we saw from this executive order report is that, number one, they do not want to ban Bitcoin. They want to work with the industry. And the lobbyists of crypto are successful in influencing Congress and the White House in terms of making crypto a success. So that's all I want to say. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe. Bye-bye.